Welcome to my video tutorial about Nearpod.com. Nearpod is a free resource for grades kindergarten through 12th grade. This is the Nearpod homepage, and I'd like to show you some basic information on how Nearpod works. If I go to the How It Works tab, the first thing you need to know is to create a free account. There are many things that Nearpod has to offer. One is that you can create your own interactive lessons. Some of these things that you can include in your interactive lessons are virtual field trips, 3D objects, quizzes, polls, and open-ended questions. When creating these interactive lessons, they are pretty much the same concept as if you were creating a PowerPoint presentation. So they're really not hard if you know how to create a PowerPoint presentation. If I click on the Nearpod icon, it'll bring me back to the home page. When you scroll down, you will see lessons that have already been created by either teachers or by Nearpod. Some of these subject areas include ELA, math, social studies, science, digital citizenship, and virtual reality tours. Or another word is virtual tours. Digital citizenship, if I click on digital citizenship, it'll show you that these are for students to become more familiar with computer-based skills. Since I have a Nearpod account, I can show you what these already created interactive lessons look like. My name is not Stephen, obviously, my name is Miss Woodley. However, within our district at Montgomery Public Schools, we have decided to all use Stephen Walker, which is a teacher, his account, and to help us all compile lessons together in order to collaborate with each other. So it does say, if you notice, it says, "Welcome, Stephen." However, my name is Miss Woodley. But here, if I scroll down, you can see that there are lessons on different subject areas focused here on the front page. If I go to the Explore tab, you will see more lessons. For any subject area or subject specific area you may teach, there are already lessons prepared and available for you. One thing that I do love is the virtual field trips, but I will show you these, and we will talk about them in just a few minutes. But I'd like to show you a more traditional lesson. Before I go into the traditional lesson, let me show you my library. If I click my library, this will lead you in to different folders. As you can see, there are different folders. However, again, at Montgomery Public Schools, we all have decided just to use one account. And within that one account, we have created all these folders with different teachers. And inside of these, lead you into their lessons that they have saved throughout Nearpod. If I scroll down, one traditional lesson that I would like to show you is the reading comprehension. As you see, there are various grades, K through 4, 2nd through 6th grade, 5th through 12th grade, and 6th through 12th grade. These are all reading comprehension passages, but they're not just reading passages. If I click on, since I teach 1st grade, I'm going to click on K through 4. and I'm going to go to bird watching. If you look at the interactive lesson, you can see it tells you about this unit. It states the objectives. It has some terms that they need to use and learn. It tells you about today's lesson and what the students will learn throughout the lesson. It has a think, pair, share. So before students get involved with the lesson, they think to each other about what they may think the story may be about. Also, the students will listen to the story the first time, especially if students that need accommodations and it needs to be read loud to them. They will listen to the story and then they'll read the story. Then students will review the topic, main idea, and details. So the teacher will go over this before they do it. And then students will be able to highlight with different colors. So the first thing that they need to highlight is in blue the topic. So they'll take a blue, highlight what the story was about, then take a yellow, or the green, and determine what the main topic was about. And then in yellow, they will highlight the key details. Then they'll check their answers. Then it gives them kind of fill in the blank with some choices. Then, to test their knowledge, it will give them a short multiple choice answer. It shows you that this is the first question out of 4. So there are 4 total questions. They cannot skip. I mean, they can do this, but if they don't answer it, then it'll come back to you saying that they didn't answer it. So they have to answer it. Then they will take a poll. A poll is basically like a survey. For example, how do you feel about the story you just read? If the students chose red, it'll show you as a teacher how many students chose red, how many students chose yellow, and how many students chose green. If I go back to the Explore page, I will go back to my library. Earlier in the year, I can show you what I use and how to search for specific content. So earlier in the year, I had did a unit on types of communities with first graders. I just type in communities, and it'll show you all the different types of lessons within the topic of community. There are a few lessons here that appear. However, if I go to my library, there was one lesson that I created on communities that I used with my students. Anything that you create as far as with the lesson, it will show up in your library. So my folder is right here. So I will click it. This was the community lesson